Hey guys, Nick 500. Welcome back to another DCS video. And if you watched my video at the end of the month last month about skill checking, I was not real happy with how I did in the Hornets. So we're going to do some of that today, while also talking about something that I am a huge fan of in DCS. And I'll put a link in the description below for you to go get this off the Eagle Dynamics website. A guy named Goldwolf, and I think it's a guy, could be a girl, don't know, doesn't matter. They're phenomenal. They put this out on a constant basis. The DCS Beginners Guide, and it has just a ton of useful information in here. If you have just started playing DCS, if you've just started to get into it, maybe you're looking for what different aircraft are. Maybe you need to understand what aircraft you want to buy, what aircraft are good for. Maybe you're looking for helicopters. Maybe you're looking at maps. All of this stuff is in this. You want to know what combined arms is for, what super carrier is for. Pros and cons on all of these. How you set up different things in the missions. Different tech you need. All of that cool stuff is in here. And there's also some things in here, like, you know, when you hear people talk about thrust and lift and drag and dead zones and trim and joysticks and all that kind of stuff, what some of this stuff means, what the navigation stuff means. When you hear call sign, Dodge 11 Dark Star, BRA, 23060 for 4,000 feet hot, this describes what that is, as you can see it here. It's just, there's a ton of useful information in this that I'm going to put a link in. I download it every time there's an update. I look at it, I read it, I bring the information back in, and it's really well done for all of the information that's in it. So highly recommend you downloading that. And now there's going to be some things that we talk about while I'm getting taxied here. I need to do this and roll forward. Like, as an example, some conversations that my friends and I have had. And I would say that none of us are new flyers. All of us have been playing DCS for a while. We literally had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. What is bar cap? Well, we know what TARCAP is, which is Target Combat Air Patrol, where your job is to defend specifically one guy in an area, make sure that he doesn't get harassed. We know what CAP is, which is Combat Air Patrol, but what the heck is a bar cap? Is this where you're going out to a bar and having to figure out what things are? That feels like on-call thing, and, you know, it could. That's not where it is. It's bar cap is Barrier Combat Air Patrol. And the long and short of that is that it's preventing an enemy aircraft from getting into a barrier that you control. It's similar to CAP, but you don't want him getting into your area at all. And usually that would be like something where it's that area that he's within range of firing his missiles kind of concept. So that gets set up. Other things that we've talked about, like what's a sweep mission? Well, an aggressive air-to-air flight that has no patrol time but target steer points, where you can attack and destroy as many enemy aircraft as possible while limiting friendly losses in your flight. What's a strike mission? Air-to-ground strike mission against a variety of specific and fixed strategic targets other than aircraft and radar installations, because that is what SEED is. Like, it's these kind of things that this document puts together. What's SEAD, you ask? Suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD. That's taking out enemy radars. All of this, by the way, is in this document. Now, it's much like everything else in DCS. It is not a short read. There's no, concept that it's going to be quick and easy to look through. But, salute. There's a ton, I mean a ton of information in here that you can go back and look at. All right, we are airborne. Gear is up. Flaps and auto. All right, we are going to be flying around for a little bit. You know what? I should probably turn my data link on. Hello, mouse. There you are. Data link on twice. I need to turn, not that there's anybody here to shoot at me, or, for that matter, anybody in cap, but, I mean, anybody around that I have to deal with. This is just one of my training missions that I got handy, but being used to turning those on, I should turn those on. All right, one of the other things that I want to talk about today from this, and again, all of this information.
Flight controls.
Yeah.
Flight controls.
You'll get over it, sweetheart. It's fine. There's an entire sheet talking about brevity that's used in DCS. Stuff like Bandit, an aircraft identified as enemy. Angels, that's the altitude that you or your friendlies are flying, or enemies are flying at. There's laser on, inbound, SAM, Roger, rifle. All of this stuff is talked about. Like, how do you know when to use rifle?
Altitude.
Oh, Betty, it's fine. I'm not really paying that much attention. It's fine. When should you use rifle? When should you use pickle? When should you use magnum? All of this stuff. Tally, splash, shack. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe I'll mention like bullseye, cold, contact, crank, Dakota, duck, Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3. He doesn't mention Fox 4, which I get because it's not really a real thing. I'll explain what Fox 4 is very quickly. When you fly into somebody and you use your aircraft to take out their aircraft in a head-on-head collision and you both die. In the sim world, in simulation, in the video game world that DCS is, it's not a cheap way to do things, but it's a way to do things.
Marshall 010.
Okay, so I do have easy comms on. Cool.
239 Angels 7.5. State 10.6.
010. Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus miles. Scattered clouds at 8,000. Altimeter is 29.93. Case 1 recovery expected BRC 331. Report see me at 10.
Okay, so we're going to do... Oh, yeah.
010.
We can start heading back. Cool. All right. So we're going to start making that easy turn back. Radio check, rifle, Roger, hot, home plate. All of these things are things that you'll hear in a multiplayer server or in the comms when they spit it at you. If you don't know what any of those are, there's a whole sheet that goes through all of that. There's a whole sheet talking about joining a server. There's a whole sheet talking about popular servers that you can go on and fly on as a multiplayer in different settings and different setups. There's a glossary. How many times have you wished there was a glossary on something? Okay, so yeah, I'm being a little ridiculous on the glossary, but it can come in handy. Another page that really comes in handy while you're working on learning how to fly DCS is this one here. And I'm going to show it to you very quickly. This is all different types of air-to-air weapons. What they are with regards to Fox 1s, Fox 2s, Fox 3s. Hang on. I don't think I can see him yet. We're still probably more than 10 miles out. Different types of missiles, different types of rockets. The actual type, like their actual names and what they mean. It can be super handy when you're trying to figure out what's this loadout got on it. What am I using? It's very much a DCS beginner's guide that if you are new to DCS, I cannot recommend enough. I'm not new to DCS. I'm not good at it, but I'm not new. And there's still stuff in here for me. You've heard Mad Dog and Pitbull when missiles are fired, right? If you don't know what that means, you don't know what someone's trying to tell you. And those are two very distinct differences. What Mad Dog means, very quickly, in a very short essence of it, it means that you don't actually have a target locked yet, but you're going to fire your missile with your radar beaming out information and letting the seeker head of the missile find where it needs to go. That's the short version, usually in a Fox 3 type situation, in a Fox 3 type missile. Fox 1, you need a radar lock or it's not going to come off the rails. Pitbull means that the missile itself has taken over control and you no longer need to be watching it like a hawk. But if you don't know any of these, you don't even know where to start looking for it. And that's what this document really does a very good job of putting it very simply together, letting you go through it. It, again, there's, how many pages is this thing? Let me look at that real quick. How many pages is this overall? It's 73 pages of information for you to use. 73 pages for beginners to look at. Now, it doesn't have training. None of it is in game. It talks a little bit about the F-16 as an example, but it's not really an F-16 trainer. Let's make this clear. It's not that document. Oh, we should probably tell you we see
010. See you at 10.
010. Update state switched out.
010. State 10.0.
It talks about different manufacturers for aircraft, like in-game, like Heat Blur and Eagle Dynamics, and the list goes on. Who makes what aircraft?
Altitude.
Which aircraft can you
Altitude.
still get? Which aircraft can't you get? Why it doesn't go into why you can't get them, which I appreciate because it's a topic for a dead horse. Gear down, by the way. And yeah, I'm not doing a full case one. I'm just trying to get this better. Because I was not happy with that landing we did in the skills check video.
Tower 010.
All right.
Overhead Angels 2.5. State 9.9. 010. Tower, Roger. BRC 331. Stay north. 010.
Now, let me pay attention a little bit what I'm doing here. Hang on. Because we're getting down to brass tacks. I should have Hornet Ball right now.
Zero 10. Hornet Ball 9.7. Roger Ball. You're lined up left. You're drifting. You're lined up left. You're drifting left. A little right to line up.
Okay, well, not good. All right, so, again, let me try this again. Let me fly around and do a circle. Because that's fun. Took my eye off the ball is what happened there. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping to catch that wire. This video would be a lot faster if it was. Like we'd be done already. I guess it's like, no, you're going to do basically a case one. I mean, or close to it anyway, after a bolter. Nice and easy flying. This is the Hornet. It basically flies itself. You just can't mess it up. Which isn't actually true, but it is kind of true. All right, take 2. Or 200. I don't know. We'll figure this out as we go. Nice and easy. Come on, make the corner. Get back over there. It's terrible, Snick. It's terrible. Way high. Lined up right. Hornet ball.
010. Hornet ball. 9.2. Roger ball.
Come on, put the aircraft where you want to put the aircraft. That's better. Line it.
A little right to line up. A little right to line up. Wave off, wave off.
Okay, so yeah, this thing just likes to float. And I do mean just float. And a lot of it is I'm used to flying the Tomcat. There's no doubt about that. And it comes down just a little bit harder. I'm also not as good at the Tomcat as I should be doing this. There's 4,000. And I'm sure that there's going to be people in the comment section below telling me, you know, all the things I'm doing wrong and that I need to watch some tutorial videos. And you're right. If you feel better now, it's perfectly fine. Coming way further on the downwind more than I need to, but I did that on purpose. Because I suck at this, which is why we work on it. I don't want to say on a regular basis, but it's a thing.
Zero 10. Hornet ball. 8.6. Roger ball.
Come on, get that sucker down. That's better. That's a lot better.
You're a little fast. A little right to line up. A little right to line up. Now,
No way I would have done that. That would be ridiculous. Nobody ever crashes into the back of the boat. Doesn't happen. You know what? I'm going to call it anyway, even though I don't actually have it.
011, Ornithol, 2.1.
Roger ball. You're
Lined up left.
You're drifting. You're lined up left. You're drifting left. Right for lineup. You're right for lineup. Wave off, wave off.
Four wire, or we bounce over it? Four wire, if I had to guess. That's better. Not good. Not good. Oh, wow. One wire. No, that's four wire. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't know why everybody thinks I, crashed into the back of the boat. That's not what happened at all. Weird. Why'd you think of that? Anyhow. So, yeah, go check out that document. It really does come in handy. It will give you a lot of useful information. And he has done a very good job in putting it together. And you can become a better pilot than I am, which, as you've seen, isn't that hard. Snick 500. Come on, turn. There we go. I'll see you in the next one.